Friends, before starting today's horror story, I would like to tell you a very interesting stat. 80% of our viewers who watch our stories haven't subscribed to our channel. And if you are one of them, you have to do a small task where you have to click to the subscribe button and also press the bell icon so that you are the first to get the notification as soon as our video arrives. Escape room. Mandy was a young girl who worked at an amusement park called Fun World. The park was really popular, especially on weekends, and many people visited to have fun. The park was divided into different sections, and Mandy worked in one of the corners. On her very first day, she seemed surprised as she saw a sign that said escape room, but she didn't know much about it. Curious, she asked her coworkers who had worked there longer. They explained that the escape room was a game where people had to solve riddles and challenges to escape a locked room. Mandy was a bit worried because she had claustrophobia. This meant that being in closed spaces made her feel trapped and made it hard for her to breathe. Because of this, Mandy decided that it would be best for her to avoid the escape room. Instead, she focused on doing the work her manager had assigned to her. She figured avoiding the escape room was the best way to keep herself calm and focus on work without stressing too much. She witnessed a variety of people entering the chamber, but she never grasped what was going on or how things were done within. Mandy was busy performing her work one day when she had an evening shift. Eventually, a boy wearing a hoodie approached her. Even though it was against the rules to enter the escape rooms without any crew members, the guy persisted in going in by himself and even attempted to give Mandy an additional tip for this. Mandy felt really uncomfortable with the strange things the boy was doing, but she still gave him the keys. The boy went into the room after the operator gave a green signal. Mandy was busy looking at her phone, not paying much attention. After about 5 minutes, there was a loud bang on the door. It startled Mandy, making her feel nervous. She quickly called the operator's room, but no one answered. Worried, she decided to go there herself. To her surprise, when Mandy arrived, the operator's room was empty. She was shocked to see that the person who had given the green signal was gone. No one was around to explain what was happening. Feeling confused and uneasy, she headed toward the escape room, where she heard a loud banging on the door. The noise was getting louder and more frantic. Mandy knew the rule. No one should go into the escape room alone. She felt even more nervous as she approached, wondering what was going on and why the person was still banging on the door. With no one else around to help, Mandy knew she had to figure out what was happening. Suddenly, Mandy noticed that there was some sort of smoke starting to flow out from behind the door, and the door opened on its own. All the sounds had stopped, and Mandy stepped into the room. As she went inside, she saw a lot of smoke inside, and the whole room had some sort of red light beaming inside. Mandy was a bit anxious because she didn't see anyone in the room. Even after searching extensively, she wasn't able to discover that boy. And then suddenly, she heard the sound of the door being closed. Mandy went rapidly towards the door, but by then, the door had closed. Now, Mandy was quite worried about herself. She started hammering on the door violently and started shouting, but her screams had no effect, and the door remained closed. After a while, Mandy was having problems breathing as she was claustrophobic, and she fainted there. When her eyes opened and she came back to her senses, she observed that she was still in the room, but this time, the room didn't have any smoke and only had one screen placed. She started staring at the screen, and suddenly, it switched on. It seemed like there was a CCTV camera mounted at the room's door, and the footage of the same was being aired on the television. Mandy saw everyone coming inside the room and solving the puzzle, and after some time, she saw the man with the hoodie in the footage. She noticed that he waited there for 5 minutes, started banging the door, and went out of the camera's range, and at the same time, Mandy saw herself entering the room, thereafter running towards the gate and then fainting because she was scared. Immediately thereafter, the screen went blank, and what happened after gave Mandy goosebumps as the red light suddenly disappeared and some invisible power drew Mandy to the corner of the room. Everything was very silent in the room, and it seemed as if it was the calmness before a typhoon now. But because of the light of the screen, the room had little light inside. Owing to the light, Mandy observed the same boy sitting in the other corner in front of him. Mandy felt afraid after seeing him, but she asked that boy in a quiet voice if he knew the way to get out of the room. But the boy in the hoodie didn't say anything to her and just kept staring at Mandy. Mandy was having difficulty breathing again, her chest squeezing with every breath. The boy beside her started giggling in a strange way, and Mandy couldn't understand why. Then she noticed something horrible. His eyes turned entirely black, like someone had eaten them. His body grew stiff and twisted, moving in an odd way. Slowly he rose up, almost like a zombie, and started heading toward her. Mandy felt puzzled and terrified. She was losing consciousness, but she strained to stay alert. Her body felt weak, but she gathered whatever strength she had left. Even though it was hard to think straight, she knew she had to do something. The boy was getting closer, but Mandy refused to let up. She pushed herself upright, taking short breaths. "I can't let this happen," she thought, striving to stay awake. Before she could do anything else, everything went dark. Mandy stood up immediately and raced towards the door. She started knocking on the door again. Mandy felt worse by the second, and the hoodie guy looked so creepy that she seriously thought she was about to die. The boy quickly began coming towards Mandy, but then the door of the room opened and someone dragged her from the outside. It was the room operator and an electrician standing in front of her. Mandy was having a lot of difficulties breathing, and both of them also felt really concerned looking at Mandy's condition. The room operator offered her some water and informed her that she was okay now, as both of them were there. After a while, Mandy started feeling a little better. The operator told her the door had gotten stuck, and no one even noticed when she walked in. When Mandy related all she had experienced, the manager decided to study the CCTV tape. To their horror, the film showed no one wearing a hoodie, and there was no trace of Mandy undergoing any paranormal encounter. The footage didn't correspond with her story at all. The operator then shared an urban legend that was popular in the area with Mandy. He spoke of an old legend that had been around for years about a child who visited that exact chamber and sadly perished from an electric shock. While the operator said he wasn't sure whether the story was accurate, he couldn't deny that whatever Mandy had encountered seemed to fit the frightening folklore perfectly. Since that night, Mandy has totally avoided anything to do with the escape room. The memory of the things that happened with her there still haunts her, leaving her with the worst nightmares. Every time she tries to push the horrific event out of her memory, the vivid images of that encounter emerge in her dreams. Though she's no longer associated with the escape room, the terror and confusion from that night continue to linger, leaving her with a sense of discomfort that she can't shake off. How did you like the story? Would you ever like to go and play in the escape room? Do tell us in the comments. If you like the story, then do subscribe to our channel, Bloody Monday, and keep watching for more such spine-chilling horror videos. Please do share the videos with your friends and family so that we could get motivation for uploading more of such spooky videos. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our eerie, heart-pounding videos. Keep watching and stay brave.